And welcome to Black Hair in the Big Leagues. I'm your host, Salisha Thomas. Y'all, today we've got a very special human on, a very special spirit. From the moment she opened her mouth in book club, I'm like, wow. She is special. She is so intelligent, and her spirit is so beautiful. She just made her Broadway debut in 2019. Y'all, please help me welcome Broadway's Book of Mormon's Shanel Bailey.
Hey!
Hi. How are
Thank
you?
you so much for having me. I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
doing good. You look so gorge.
Oh my god, thank
You
you.
do. Okay, what's going on with your hair? Are these braids? Are these twists? What is it?
These are passion twists, self-done.
I'm sorry. You're going to have to
Uh
educate because I haven't heard of passion twists.
So this is my first attempt at passion twist, and they're fun because they have like a little ombre, and then I've been on a color trend, so I had to throw in some little color
Love it.
of like some ombre blue to purple. Passion twists are a type of extension, and it's kind of similar to like Senegalese twists where like they're usually worn very long.
Yes.
The thing about passion twists that are unique is that they're really, really coily, and so like they really spring, which is kind of fun because it gives it like volume and body versus like Senegalese twists or like other twists, they just kind of go
Yeah.
straight down.
It looks really great. Do you have to do them one at a time or is it
Yes. Yeah.
yes to the one at a
But
time?
yeah, yes, one at a
Oh,
time.
girl.
But here's the kicker that's a little bit better because I do a lot of box braids. Like my go-to protective style is either like crochet braids or box braids. And I do everything myself because I don't want to pay for it.
When did you learn how to do all of that? Like that's a lot of work and a lot of time.
I think I learned how to do this probably college because I was in Syracuse, New York, and I was like, who else is gonna do
Okay.
it?
So there wasn't a lot of
There was nobody there. There was nobody there.
great.
And I'm like, and I mean, like, sure, maybe there was like a roommate, like one of your Black roommates, but my roommate was from Seoul, Korea. So,
Great.
and I was in the drama department, so I didn't really have the connect into the Black community like that to
Got it.
have my hair hooked up.
Got it.
So we had to make it work.
Wow. Well, it looks bomb. And I'm like, man, if you could give lessons on how to do your own, because
I can. I can. I actually just took like a little like capture of like doing this one because it was my first time. And you just blow dry your hair and you section off into however big or small you want them. And they have like, okay, YouTube is your friend, of course.
yeah.
Like I went on YouTube and watched 3 videos
University of
and I was
YouTube.
like,
Yes.
I don't like her method. I don't want to use a rubber band. Let me find a middle ground. And it's just kind of like trial and error. And of course, like the one slides off in the back and you're like, okay, let's try this again.
Wait, have you made a video? Did you say that you made a video of this?
It's in my camera roll. It probably won't go anywhere because I'm like too
Please,
shy.
I'm asking, I am begging you, get over that so that I can learn, so that we can be like, how did she do that? Yes, yes, I see. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Those are the best. And you,
Yeah, it's it's just like funny because like you see your hair at one stage and then you're like, oh, this is kind of it's in that little like random like
yes,
hat.
yes.
You're like,
But the
oh
real
Lord.
thing is though that the people who are watching it, their hair is also looking like that as they're trying to do. Like there's not gonna be anybody up like watching it being like, oh, they're probably taking notes. And I see that you put other videos up, which I find to be so inspiring. I see you singing and playing guitar and you post these videos and you sound great, you look beautiful. Have you always done that?
No. I think I wanted to make a YouTube for like probably as long as I can like think about, but I was just like, oh, I'm one of those people who are like, I have to wait until I'm really, really, really good before I can show anything to the world because if not, everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, why is she posting this? This is so bad. But then I remembered something about myself. I was saying something along the lines of, oh, I wish I could write music. I wish I could write a song. And then I scrolled through my voice memos and I found a voice memo from like 2013 of 3 songs that I was playing on the piano and writing the lyrics to. And I was like, wait a minute.
I
I
do.
I can write songs? Like I can do that?
You
And I
know
literally
this.
like forgot.
Wow.
And I also, and along the same vein, I remembered that 2014, I posted this, me and my brother choreographed and fully produced this Nicki Minaj fan video for this thing called the Super Bass Challenge. And we won. We got 30, we have over like 35,000 views on YouTube. And I
What?
was like, Chanel, you have a YouTube channel that you forgot about because you were 14.
Honestly, I think it's such a beautiful thing to do something and to throw out. And this is literally something that I'm literally working on right now in this interview. Knowing it's not perfect, it's not going to be perfect, but doing it anyway. And then not only just doing it, but sharing it.
Yes.
And so
That's the thing I struggle with. And that was like, it was like my New Year's resolution to like share more music, share more stuff that like, because my camera roll is nothing but videos on videos on videos of me singing. And I'm like, nobody is seeing this. And not that anybody needs to specifically, but it's like, then who is this for? Because not even my mom in the next room is not seeing this. So who is this for? I can hear it, but I'm going to delete it. So I might as well share it. The dog just entered.
hi, dog.
Oh my god, he's so cute. This is Chase. He
Hi,
came for a visit.
Chase. Hi.
But yeah, so I think I just wanted to push myself to share more, because it was scary, and I've been so judgmental of myself all the time that I was like, as you just said, it doesn't need to be good, it just needs to be what it is, and it'll be so cool to watch it and get better, because I have YouTube videos of me at 13 singing Someone Like You, and I'm like, wow, Chanel, this was rough.
But
And
guess
I
who's
can
on
look back
Broadway?
and laugh. Exactly,
You know,
exactly.
so it's okay to have a starting point, even if you're like, I'm so much better now. I'm so much better now. But I think there really is something about that. You know, I went this year, especially since this pandemic, I've been reading my Bible. I've got 2 books
Oh,
of the Bible left before I finish the whole thing. Yeah.
no
I'm like, dear
way.
God, I'm so sorry that it took a whole pandemic for me to get into my word. Please forgive me. Amen. But, and so
Still on chapter Exodus.
well,
Still on
I
Genesis.
I left Genesis and Exodus for last because I start every
Ah,
time I want to read the Bible, I start with Genesis and Exodus. And then I
and you
never
just never. Nope.
so I'm like I've read it like 8 times. So I'm in Genesis, and the other day I was reading literally Genesis chapter 1. And it was so interesting. I've never looked at it this way. God is literally creating something out of nothing. He thinks it, he says it, he does it, or she, who knows. And then it just becomes. And
Yeah.
it's never touched my heart ever like it did this last time. We think something, we do it, and then we put it out into the world, and then guess what? It exists.
Yeah.
And I've
That's.
absolutely went down a rabbit hole of your videos, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful.
Oh my
Yes, I
god.
did.
Oh my god. And some of them, I'm like, it's just so funny. I have these moments where I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Just go past it. But there are those little moments where I'm just trying to be kinder to myself and be like, you know what, Chanel, that harmony, that was pretty cool that you thought of that. Or you know
Yes.
what, I learned to play these songs in like a day. Like, and my friends were like, Chanel, why? Like, you put yourself in this stress for what reason? Like, you need to stop doing this. But I'm like, no, I need to post it now, because if I don't, I'm just never gonna post it. And I record the same thing like 4 times in a row each week, and I'm just never posting. And I'm like, just put it, and then it's like you said, you put it and then it's done.
Yeah.
And it's not even about how many views it gets or whatever. It's just the fact of like, this is a practice like anything else. And if I want to do this in any capacity, then like I have to start somewhere. And I forget who said, it was like someone said like it's either one day or it's day one.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, I'm
Oh.
going to either be like, one day I'm going to have a YouTube, one day I'm going to have a YouTube, one day I'm going to be super good, or it's going to be day one, I'm going to have a YouTube. And I was like, no way. That like shook the world for me.
Have you?
It's either one day or it's day one.
That's beautiful. I'm like, yep, we're gonna quote you right there. Um, have you always wanted to be on Broadway? Is that a dream where'd that come from?
I
She
I
mouths
didn't
no.
I, I didn't know what Broadway was. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what it was. I'm from Jamaica, Queens, and like I don't know nobody from Jamaica, Queens who's on Broadway. You know what I mean? Like my mother's from Jamaica. Like my friends and family, they don't know that. They don't do that. So I I grew up in New York all my life and had never been to a musical until I was 16. Like I'd never been to a Broadway show until I was 16, and it was a birthday gift, and we saw Wicked, and I was like, what is this?
That was my
Like,
first
I
show
was
too.
I cried at the first 3 seconds. The minute I saw Flying Monkey, I was like, and I was just done. I mean, like I knew of musicals because we did, like, I went to a Black elementary school and we did The Wiz, we did, The Lion King, we did Black Annie,
Yeah.
and
Yes, Black Annie.
so I had a taste, but I was like, oh, this is just like a fun thing to do. And my brother actually is kind of who got me into it because he's a dancer. And I was like, well, I like to sing sometimes and I can like kind of dance, but I'm the smart one. So I'm just going to be smart because I'm shy. And then he got into performing arts high school. And I was like, I just want to be here. I just want to do whatever it is that they do here. And I got in and I was like,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
And then they had a musical theater club there. And I was like, okay, what is this thing that I'm doing? And why am I like the most happy I've ever been in my entire life? And then when it was time to go to college, it was like, okay, well, that was fun. Let me go be a communications major because I like to talk. And my best friend was like, are you an idiot?
Oh.
You need to. And I said, oh, okay. My edges.
Are you an idiot? She's mad your edges.
I was like, okay, let me, and it's then when I saw like Glee and I saw things that I was like, oh wait, I saw In the Heights and I was like, oh my God, wait a minute, this is like a thing that people can do and get paid for. Because I thought you were either on Disney Channel or you were a movie star. Like there was no other thing happening.
Oh,
and I missed my Disney window, so I had to do something else.
Wow, I really feel like you're speaking my language and that we have so much more in common than I even realized. And I had a similar experience at Wicked. It changed my life. And I just met my very first Elphaba, who I ever saw. I met her last year and I was able to tell her, I was like, Eden Espinosa, it's because of you that I wanted to be on Broadway. And I finally made it 12 years later. Literally.
That's so funny. I met Karen Olivo last year. And I think she was at Hadestown, which is like so many things happening at once. And I was like, In the Heights was the first musical that I felt like I was seeing because it was like Caribbean and New York. And she was like, hi, I'm Karen. And I was like, girl, I know who you are.
That's good.
But that was like one of those exact moments.
Oh, isn't it nice? Like, I'm guessing you had a good experience talking to her. I've never met her, so I don't know.
I mean, she's like so lovely. She was just like almost too down to earth. I was like, do you know who you are?
Nice. And that's one of the
She was
special
just
things
like,
about
hi.
Broadway. It's like, not everybody, but I feel like most people are down to earth. They kind of have to be because you work your butt off 8 shows a week and then meet and greet after the show. It's very like,
yeah,
it's not
it's
Hollywood.
just like,
it's
yes. And that's what I always loved when I learned about like Broadway people. The most interesting thing about it was that like 1 minute they're on this stage and she's Eden Espinosa or she's Karen Olivo and you're looking at her like, oh, you're just flabbergasted. And then 20 minutes later,
they're on the train together.
she gets on the A train and you're like, what?
Right.
So I just love that. I love that they get to be people. They really do. And I was like, that's so special because I think about, celebrities and stuff, and as fun as it seems, like it doesn't stop at any point. And so I think Broadway is so special for that because you get to do what you love and be that person to someone else. And then you get to be yourself when you leave.
As soon as you leave the theater, it's like, and now I'm normal.
Exactly.
So you mentioned that you are from Jamaica, Queens. And your parents, are they also from?
They're from Jamaica.
Wow. Okay. So tell me about your racial makeup.
So I'm Black.
Right.
My parents are both from Jamaica. My mom has some like Syrian and Panamanian in there, but like they claim they're from Jamaica,
Nice.
And it's one of those things. I'm always like, Mommy, like you have a Syrian father, like grandfather, like what's up with that? Like, why don't you know anything about Syria? Like, what's going on? And she's like, I didn't grow up. We don't know what that is. It's just kind of like where you're from, like where you're born is where you're from, but people are so proud to be Jamaican. I'm so proud to be Jamaican. And there was a point in time where I was like, but we don't like speak another language. So like, it's not as cool. Like, can't we be French or like, can't we be, something else that like has this thing? And it took me a while to be like, wait a minute, like first of all, people don't know what my mom is saying either. And
Yeah.
that's like a funny thing to experience. Like my friends who are, from high school that are either mostly white or mostly Hispanic, like the same way that like if you don't speak Spanish, you don't understand what their parents are saying. My mom and my aunt speak Patois, and they're like, I don't know what just
Right.
happened, but it sounded good. They sounded cool.
Uh-huh.
And also just like Jamaican culture, it seems like it's so popular that it seems unspecial, I guess, sometimes in my experience, that everyone was like, yo, man, Jamaican locks on their hats and like smoking weed. And I was like, oh, like this is not cool.
Right.
So, it annoyed me that like every time, like personal experience when I was doing the show, like Mary Poppins, and they're like, Mrs. Corey's from the Caribbean. And I raise my hand and I go, yeah, what island? They're like, yeah, doesn't matter.
Oh.
And of course, the go-to thing is, oh, just make her Jamaican. It's like, well, make that a choice. Don't just say she just needs to sound different, exotic. And then I have to literally, like, I took it upon myself to be like, my mom is actually Jamaican and she's coming to the show. Do you want me to like record her? And the woman playing her was like, oh my God, yes, absolutely. Give me that tool so that I can make this portrayal of your culture authentic. And I was like,
Right.
thank you so much. I didn't even know that was a thing, but I was
Yes.
trying to be a dialect coach at 17, 18.
Wow, Shanel. Wow.
Like interesting.
That is
But,
very like just make like it's just something exotic. Oh, that kind of makes me want to throw up a little bit. So can it tell me about your natural hair? Do you know your curl
yes,
type? It's okay if
I
you don't.
do.
Okay, what you
I
got?
do
I'm still learning about this.
because yes, I'm still learning too, but I think it took like it was probably like I want to say maybe 2 years ago that I really had to investigate it because again with my ethnic background and makeup, my sister is what you would call Indian Jamaican. Like so my sister has really long, like loose curled,
Oh,
like almost jet black hair. Like they have
what?
really soft, really thick hair.
Oh,
And my mom has like bouncier, fluffier, let's say like 4A, 3B hair.
okay.
And then I got my daddy's hair, which is more 4B, 4C. And so and my mom has locks now, and my sister has beautiful curly hair. So when I was growing up, it was bobos and clips. And then I got to middle school and I learned how to straighten, and I went to the Dominicans and they put my flat iron and I'm, straight as a bone because my hair straightens really, really easily and it's kind of fine. So it gets like pinned straight. And people thought I had a relaxer for like all my life when I never had a relaxer.
Huh.
And then when I got to college again in Syracuse, I don't know no Dominican spots. I don't know where to go. And my mom and my sister kind of didn't know what to do with my hair because their hair is not like my hair. And so my mom would always be like, so what you gonna do with your hair? You just gonna just leave it like that? Or my sister can't help because her hair, she can just slick it into a bun or just leave it out or just wear it in the rain and it'll be fine. Whereas like I don't have that same
that.
experience. So I had to learn to be like, wait a minute, they don't have the hair that I have, and I need to find people who do, and I need to find a way to deal with this because I don't feel pretty compared to them, and I don't know how to feel pretty. So it was like, all right, let me look it up. Let me find some girls. Let me stop hanging up pictures of Shanel Iman from Victoria's Secret and these girls with these beach waves thinking it just naturally is beach waves unless they are biracial or whatever, and find beautiful black women and fill them with my Instagram and fill them with my Facebook and go on YouTube for 3 hours and follow 6 women who have similar hair to me and see how they do a faux hawk or a whatever. And I'm just learning leaps and bounds about hair that I've been playing catch up. I didn't know any of this because most black girls don't. It's like depending on your hair, it's like you have the clips, your parents get tired of doing your hair, they give you a perm. My mom didn't know about perms or didn't agree with perms, I don't know. And then you're kind of like, what's the next thing? Like, how do you figure that out? Nobody ever guides you through it unless that person is like African American, where they're like, we know the hot comb, we know the this, we know that. My mom was not like that. She's like, I have locks, that's what I have to offer.
So what age was this that you were kind of doing all this exploring?
This was 18. I'm 22 now. I'm about to be 23 in a month. And like, when I got to college, I was like, wait, my hair is out. Now what? I have rehearsals. I have classes. I have ballet classes, to be in. So what do I do? And so I had 3 hairstyles. I had the 2 twists into a bun, 2 twists into a puff. And that was it. There was no third.
You're like, actually, too. You did say something interesting, and it really did bring me back. You said that you were looking up people on Instagram and YouTube with hair that looked like yours. And I think that is it sounds basic, but I'm so glad that you said it because I do remember at the very beginning of my natural hair journey, I was looking up people with curly hair with hair that I wish I had, not with the actually like not with girls with curls that are actually like mine. I'm like, man, if okay, so
Yeah.
what can I do to no, Salisha, your hair's never gonna look like that because that ain't the kind of curls you got.
And that's
It
hard. That's really
is.
hard
Yes.
because you're like, "Oh my god, yeah, that looks dope." And you know what? I'll tell you something else. Because this is again recent, and I'll say the women of the Book of Mormon on Broadway are the reason that I've gotten this far with my hair journey. Because
Beautiful.
like I said, I was doing those two hairstyles for the first 3 years of college, and in the last one I was like, all right, I have to figure something else out, and then I got into my box braids and then doing other things so I could put it off. But then again, whenever those braids came out, I was back to square one, being
What
like,
do
oh
I
my
do?
god, what do I do with
What do I
this?
do?
And Book of Mormon, they were like, what are you using? Who are you going to? When's the last time you got a haircut? Like all of these things. And so I went and I did my research, and I'm going to places like trying out Diva Curl because I'm not paying for it, or trying out like other places.
Yeah.
And even then, like having weird experiences because I don't have 3C bouncy loose curls. And so I go to Diva Curl ready to be like, all right, finally I'm getting like a really expensive I paid for like a curl consultation. What I got was a wash and a tease, and was left with a shrub on my head. And they were like, and I was like, well, is this how it's supposed to look like? And they were like, well, this is it, like, I can't make you like it. That's literally what they said to me. And I was like, okay, okay. And I
That's
was just like, I almost cried. I literally almost cried because I was like, I
yeah,
spent
I know
$300
you did.
for somebody to really walk me through and make like, and yes, loving my hair is not something that you can teach me, but if I pay you $300, I expect you to say, this is your curl. This is the conditioners that you should use. When you coil your hair, I want you to wrap it around your finger and blah, 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 and do all of that, because that's what I thought I was getting. And instead it was like, sorry, you don't look like the girl on our brochure, but I can't make you like it. Like that's what it felt like. So
Wow.
that was a really a big, and that was last year. That was last
See,
year.
that breaks my heart because I just feel like what hair is such a to me, it's like such a vulnerable thing, almost like going to a voice lesson. Like, I don't wanna just,
Mhm.
like, crack in front of everybody, but I'll crack in front of my voice teacher and be like, "Let's get this right so that I don't do this on Broadway." And
Yeah.
when it comes to your hair, it's like, okay, especially a natural cut that you're spending $300 on, and I'm sorry that you had a bad experience at Diva. I've had good experiences there, and I've had not good experiences there, but the thing is that it comes down to the person doing your hair. If they
Mhm.
love what they do, it's like, "Be on my side. Help me to,
Yeah.
like, see the positive in this. You know I'm transitioning. You know that I'm not, like" dang it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
makes
And
a
it was
difference.
kinda just, it was too routine. It was too like snip, snip,
No
bling, bling. Like
bedside
I
manner.
came in I came in with like my hair kind of stretched, like kind of in like kind of a blowout, and they were just like, swoop, and I was like, what's happening? It was not the best for me. But I know people who go there and have the most amazing time. But that again goes to wanting to have a good experience for all hair types, because just like YouTube, just like anything you're experiencing, it's very easy to be like, oh my god, I love my natural hair, when your hair looks like everything on TV. And when you're like, because now we are getting into a space where we want ethnicity, we want diversity, but we want you to be mixed, and we want you to have this kind of curl. If you're going to be black, you have to have this kind of hair.
Dang.
And that's something that I really fear, almost, because it's like, well, I don't have that. Like, and I don't know what to do about that, because every black girl I see on TV, she does have palatable hair, and I don't think that's a coincidence. And so
Whoa.
it scares me to think that, like, I'm like, dang it, well, I'm not mixed. Sorry. And I don't hate myself for it. I don't want what they are anymore, which is something to say, first of all,
Yeah.
but to also just kind of feel like, but I'm not what they're looking for. And I don't know that I will be in a very long time. And that's scary.
You know what?
That's really
Okay,
scary.
so I don't predict the future. I don't actually know, but I think that we're onto something. I'm glad that you like brought this up because you're right. It's like there is a lot. I'm like glad that we're seeing more color on
Yeah.
TV on stage. Like this is a step in the right direction, but it needs to be every color of the spectrum, every type of curl because the more we see it, the more we see ourselves in those people. And also like
Hmm.
Chanel, like you're on the other side of this as well. So you're in the industry the more you know, whether you're locking your passion twist or your natural hair, whatever it is, people will be looking at you. And so, like, there's a responsibility there of like, okay, how can I own what I have and feel confident and feel beautiful in what I've got to rock with. And
Mm-hmm.
when we are able to do that and get into spaces that people can see it, then that's a whole other generation that we can inspire, because I didn't really see that too much growing up.
Who of us did, you know?
My walls
Like
were
I was
white.
just talking Yeah, I was just talking to I'm doing box braids on my friend who is Black and Japanese. And she grew up in LA, and she I wish you should talk to her about her experience as well, because she had, these gorgeous curls. And I was like, "Andrea, have you ever had box braids?" And she was like, "No," because she looks more Asian than she does Black. So she's balancing the line of like, I'm Black, but like you guys don't think I'm Black,
Right.
so where do I go? And I'm like, excuse me, Janae Aiko, Karuchi Tran, let me send you 3 people who have your exact hair and who look just like you and are from LA. Like these are the
Right.
people that I would send to you. And so we're about to give her box braids. And that's something that she's never experienced or felt like she had the permission to experience. And I was like, girl, you Black. I'm sure 1 in every 3 Black girls have had box braids once in their life. And you're in quarantine. If you don't like it, we will take them out. Like
You can hide
Janae
from the
has
world.
them, you can have them.
Yeah.
It's just having the permission. And even like that's me with quarantine. Like I put green in my hair. I put pink,
I
purple,
saw
and
that.
blue.
It was pretty.
And I would never, thank you. I would never do that. I was like, that is not me. Oh no, no, no. But like, why not? Like Jennifer gets to do it. Jennifer gets to bleach her hair and turn it purple and red and everything. Why can't I do
How
that? And the funny
fun.
thing about me is I can take it out.
Right.
And it was so fun. It was so fun. She got to live with that for at least a couple months. I can just take this out.
Right. That's like the fun thing about being Black, about being so versatile. Like, yes, and I say this every now and then. I'm like, I have a bucket of wigs in my closet, and if I want to put it on, I can. And then at the end of the day, when I'm done with my pink hair, I can put it back in the bucket.
Right over there.
It's like wigs
Exactly.
offer that for me. If I do want to keep my natural hair healthy and try a different look, or if I want my hair to be straight and don't want to put heat on it, put that wig on, honey, and call it.
Yes, that's the channel I'm venturing into now, and that's where I've been talking to Tally and Maya, and I'm like, so guys, where do I go? What do I do? Like that. This was all of last year. They were like, we gonna take you up to Harlem. Don't worry about
125th
it.
Street, right next to the Popeyes, girl. That is the place.
But see, even that is like, again, like I didn't like, my sister has natural long hair. She don't need a wig. My mom has locks. They don't know where to go. Like they don't know who to talk to. And again, being in musical theater and like just growing up in the circle that I did, it was more predominantly white or Hispanic. So like I didn't have very many Black women to be like, so where's everybody getting their wigs from? Because I really want one. Like I can't ask the girl on the A train because she might fight me because you don't ask somebody about their wig on the street.
Right. And I really did not like when people were like complimenting my hair that knew it was a wig and be like, "Love your wig, girl. Shut up, shut up. You know
My
that."
best friend did that. It was for Halloween. She was like, "Oh my god, wig came out so good." I was like, "Oh, hello,
Shut up. It's like,
let me have this."
we have this. You see, I'm trying to pass it as my own. Shut up. Um,
Can never let us be.
so first of all, oh yeah, before I move on, I wanted to say that I have seen your natural hair before, and it is beautiful. Just so that we say that, just so that you know, like, it is very beautiful, and
Thank you.
yeah, just know that it is. And
I appreciate that.
yeah, I mean, like, yeah, it really is beautiful. Um, at Book of Mormon, are you wigged?
I am not.
Ooh, I was not expecting you to say that.
I am not. I am not because, and I want to say that I could have been wigged. When I came, the person before me, she was wigged because my track is a partial track. And so like they gave me the option. They were like, you can wear it, you do, or you can't. Like basically I just was like, if it's like only 3 numbers, I don't want to have to deal with all these quick changes of wig on, wig off. Mistake.
Okay,
Mistake.
okay, I was like, I'm literally gagged right now. I'm like, "What?" And okay, but it's okay if it wasn't a mistake, but you were like, "I shoot."
It was fun because I was like, they were like, you know what, like we will pay for you to for your hair to be maintained, and I was like, oh, okay. And even then, again, having a resource of Black women to tell me, as this is my first Broadway job, and I am, this timid, supposed to be nice young girl.
Right.
I don't ask for much. I don't like to push. Many of us, we just try to be polite and take what we can get and smile.
Yeah.
But they were like, Shanel, you deserve a trim every 3 months. You don't need to feel bad about having $200 come up when you have bought conditioners, this, that, deep conditioners, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
That's what they do. That's what they said. They said they would compensate you. So don't be shy about like getting your compensation. And I was like, but I don't. And they were like,
No.
no,
Yeah.
do what you like, do what you're supposed to do. Like
Contractually.
it takes a lot of money to maintain these wigs. It takes a lot of money to maintain your hair. This is your hair.
Yes.
And it took me a while to be like, wait a minute, this is really my hair. And it took a while to notice that, like, I putting this monster over my head every single day, doing this back and forth, scratching my head back and forth on this monster, or when I go on for anybody else, constantly, it's a lot. It's a lot on the hair and the lights and everything. So it was a fun idea, and I think it's been easy for me, I guess, because I don't have to, I guess, worry about like wig prepping and all that stuff. But also, I can't dye my hair. I can't
Yeah.
cut my hair. I can't straighten my hair. I can't do anything with my hair.
Right. When you just said,
So
I realized, oh my goodness, this is my hair. You know what I thought about? I thought about like if you had a pair of red bottom shoes and you had to wear them at work every day. I'd be like, wait. You want to use mine? You don't want to provide that? Like, it's like the same thing.
you want me to bring my Laducas? Oh, different.
I'm wearing my own Laducas in the show every night. Are you going to repair these? Are you going to replace these? Like, it's the same for our hair.
That is so funny. That is so
Makes
funny.
it
I didn't
more
even think
valuable.
about that.
Me neither. I'm so glad that you have like such a community at Book of Mormon. It sounds lovely. I've never been backstage there, so not being in the
Yes.
shows. No, but it sounds like you've got some really great women looking out for you, which is a blessing. So,
Big sisters.
so when you are doing, wait, time out. Are you also not wigged as an abalungi?
Then I am wigged.
Okay.
Because there is a Naba wig and they all have to look the same.
Okay. So when you are doing your own hair, your natural hair, what are you using?
I am using they gave me like a little head, like bandana kind of thing. So I put a mic here. My wig prep, I don't have wig prep because I don't wear a wig. But they were like, and this is the kicker. They were like, we just want it like out, like as out as possible. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. But again, like I have 4B4C hair, and my hair loves to single strand knot. So
Yeah.
me having my hair out every day is a problem because it's just knotting around itself, because it's just, my hair likes protective side. My hair likes to be back or kept, or in something that doesn't give it the chance to tangle around itself. So when it's just out and then like wrapping around this little tie head,
Yeah.
and it catches on something or
Every
whatever
day.
on something every day, I try to use like deep conditioner and stuff, or like I usually have it curly, but like sometimes maybe I'll like blow dry it a little bit and just get a stretch and like twist it, or something like that. But it was mostly like for my own, peace of mind, I would do like half a braid and like clip it. So it'd be like kind of like little puffs, and then it would be a puff at the back, and I would wrap bandana around the front, and the back would just be a puff.
So I'm like thinking about that, and even in my real life, I'm like, I had my hair out down, like my hair is like in a big pineapple right now. I had it out in an afro today for my walk, and I walked for about 2 or 3 hours. And by the end of the day, I'm like, oh, my hair is dry. It's feeling all the things.
Yes.
If I had to do that every night for an 8-show week, that's a lot to have your hair
Yeah.
out. Like you said, your hair likes protective style. So what deep conditioner do you like?
I use a lot of Shea Moisture, the curl smoothie.
Okay.
I used Weedad. I like their deep conditioner.
Okay.
And I like their like curl quenching something another. I use I use a lot of like my mom's Jamaican, so I use a lot of oils. I use a lot of like hibiscus and jojoba and
Yes.
coconut and like she has
Yes.
like this like Indian hemp like thing. Like I'm just like, yeah, all up in there. Like right now I have a bottle of coconut, jojoba, and almond just like sitting in like a squeezer jar, and I just put it on my scalp everywhere to just like because my hair loves oil. It's fine strands, but it like loves moisture.
Mine too.
So those are I usually use oils mostly.
And when you are Nabalungi, what's your wig prep?
My wig prep is 4 braids. So
Oh,
I do one here, and then I cross them, and then I do one here, and then I cross them.
French
And you
braids
put
or
the mic in
regular
the middle,
braids
just like little doodle braids. You just gotta put that and then bloop, put it to the other side,
on the four
and then they put the
corners?
mic over
In the
here,
middle?
and so yeah, the mic's in the middle. So as long as it's this space is open, which is why I do them on the side, and I kind of like pin it across, and they put it
Nice.
right in the middle. Yeah,
That sounds like a
it's I don't
fast.
do I've never done I did pin curls one time in my life, and I was like, okay, ladies, this y'all go ahead and have
That was
fun.
for the
I'm
birds.
I have short hair. She's thin. She gonna go in these 4 braids, pat out. Sometimes I've done 2. Like I've just been like, listen, y'all gonna go over here and just sit down.
Right. And are you on every night? Are you off stage?
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering if you would get in prep if you're not going to be on, but you are on every night. Got it. Okay. Um what is your favorite protective style? Ooh.
I really am a fan.
Other
I'm
than
going to show
box
you a
braids.
picture. I'm a fan of box braids, but you know what I'm the most a fan of? I'm most a fan of crochet braids because which is kind of sad because it's like the curl that I would choose, which is again, self-love. I love my babies. I love my coils, but it looks similar to my hair if it were a little bit looser and it gives it more volume. So I'll show you a picture from my graduation, and it like
Oh,
looks it's short, but it's like fun and bouncy,
cute.
so like you can see like it does the trick, where it's not too much, it's not abrasive, and I do the same hairstyles no matter what hair I have. That is my hairstyle, that is my go-to. It's a little
Shanel,
bang
you're
right
so
here,
beautiful.
half up, half down. This is my go-to. And if I have box braids, if I have twists, if I have crochet
That's
braids,
your
if I have my
favorite.
own hair, that's my style,
That's
which is so 15.
No, it's not. I got mine too. You better believe I'm like, I want it on top of my head with a bang. Thank you.
Yes, I had to fight the urge just now. I was like, Shanel, do not put it in a half up, half down for this call. I was like,
Shanel,
just
you are
leave it
so
alone.
beautiful. You know that, right? Like, like, yes, you are beautiful exterior. Your exterior is beautiful, but like, you've got a beauty that really comes from within, and it just shines. Your light shines so bright. I remember getting into book club, our little book club, Black Girl Broadway book club, and I'm like,
Yes.
who is she? Who are you? You're
That's exactly. I was like, I literally said, "What's your Facebook?" It was like, I need to find this girl.
I just you like thinking about you, even like seeing you right now, the pictures that you just showed me, it warms my whole spirit. I was thinking about you all day, and I'm just like, I'm so excited. I'm so sorry that you made your Broadway debut right before this mess up, right before this mess. But like, I am so excited to see all of the amazing projects that you're going to be a part of in the future because you're so special.
Oh my God.
You really
Thank you.
are.
I need to say thank you. Like seriously, I'm bad with compliments, but I really, really appreciate that. It's hard for me to just like sit with it,
No, I
but
totally get it. And that's
I
like,
really
as women,
appreciate it.
we're like compliments. You look great too. Oh, or no, I don't. Oh, I hate this. Like, it's so easy to like, no, but
Yeah.
as I'm
I
getting,
re- I receive that as I'm as the woman, the woke women of the world. I receive that and I return that because what's interesting is that like you have an energy that I sometimes have. Like I feel like you exude. I don't know. Like I feel like we're kindred spirits
I
where we're
feel
like we're
that
really like
too.
we're kind of bubbly and like fun, and watching you gives me permission to be bubbly because I feel like sometimes I've had to
Yes.
demure myself to be not so annoying as I've
No.
been called
Oh,
before.
girl, me too, and still am. I'm like, okay, I'm looking around the dressing room. All right, I volunteer as tribute. I'll be the annoying one. It's I don't know if it's like this
Yes.
at Book of Mormon, but like we all had our roles. We got okay, she's the jaded one. I'm the annoying optimist. She's this, he's this, and like we it keeps
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. Yeah.
keeps it going.
It's a bunch of like sisters. It's like I know I'm like, okay, Talia's who I go to if I need a new hair product, my nails look bad, and she's gonna tell me about myself, or she needs me to, or I need to stop talking to whoever boy I'm talking to. Maya's gonna give me centered, whole, like one with the wisdom of the world.
Yes,
Like Jasmine's gonna give me Southern comfort,
I love
realness, but with some, like every person gives you a
yes.
different dynamic. So yeah, I totally get what
Oh,
you're
I
saying,
love
but
that
they're
you
all useful.
yes, like okay, so Abby Mueller, she's one of my favorite freaking people on the planet. She was our Carol that when we started on the first national tour, and obviously she did on Broadway, all the things. Um, One day she looked at my nails. We were on stage, and I had chip nail polish, and she looked at me. She was like, "Oh," like she said, "Oh." I was like, "Uh-oh." Literally, I'm like, it was so funny, but I've never had chip nail polish since. I'm like, "Oh my goodness."
That is Talia. We were in the line. We were doing the pageant during Book of Mormon. And
Oh.
she's standing next to me, and we go like this. And we all are sitting here with our hands on her lap, and she goes,
Uh-uh.
and she tilts toward my seat
No,
to look at
no.
me.
It's a
And
straight
I
up
was like,
sisterhood. Like, please, you gonna call me out right now?
so I always keep four on standby just in case Talia's around because I don't want to get caught
Wait,
slipping
for
again.
standby for what? For press on nails? For
Four
what?
standby, four standby colors. I'm like, oh, she's
Oh,
coming. Let me just a fresh coat.
literally everything. I wanted to ask you one thing. I know it's I'm gonna let you go soon, but I wanted to
Oh
ask
my
you.
god, no worries.
You mentioned like being in spaces where you're like the only black person or there's not very many. Have you experienced like have you actively thought about it or even in hindsight thought about like ever being the token black person? Do you want to speak on that at all? And like, are you okay with it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? What do you think about it?
I think that is a role that I was proud of. And that's kind of weird to admit because I was like, oh, that's the Disney girl. She's the Oreo. And so I was like, all right, cool, fine. Then I won't hang out with the other black girls because y'all are mean to me. And these white girls are nice to me. And that was my upbringing. And so I had a hard time being like, well, I don't see anything wrong with, the white girl saying this to me or, the comment about my hair or, whatever. It's like, but you're not really black or anything like that. Like, because I was like, oh, good. Like, I'm good. That means that I'm good and whatever they are is bad. So it was like a weird like twilight zone to have this year come and the same white girls that I was like ride or die for. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. You don't care about my life. Like you don't care. That's like scary because it's all hee hee ha ha when it's time for us to be leggy sisters and kick our face and go to brunch and do these shows together and be roomies and be buddies and go to parties. But like when I'm saying like, hey, people that look like me are dying, and you're like, yeah, but uh, that's it's like how is wait, I thought we were this. I thought we were ride or die. So and it took me until this year to see all of that because that's not just happening this year. That has been 10 years coming of being the only black girl in the room and being like, oh, this is a good thing, to being like, wait a minute, this is kind of awkward. Like, why is it that I am the only girl who's not doing pin curls? Why is it that the makeup artist doesn't teach me how to do makeup and everyone else gets their shade put on? Why is it that everybody has tan Laducas and nobody thought to get me browner Laducas? Why
Yeah.
is it that, prime example, I go to a predominantly white school and we had like loud neighbors who happened to be black? Keep in mind, Syracuse is one of the top 5 party schools in America. We have frat row. We have a
Amazing.
row with 8 frat houses on it. And we all are in college. So, like we have parties occasionally. And I remember having to have a conversation with a castmate that was like, they're so loud. Like, I'm literally just going to call the cops. And I said, okay, well, let's just be careful. Let's not. And I said, let's not be that white girl who's calling the police on people for reasons that don't really need the police. We don't want to be now we didn't have the term yet. We didn't want to be a Karen. I was like, I was technically saying don't be a Karen right now.
Yeah.
And had a huge backlash, had a huge fight with every other white person in the dressing room being like, Shanel, why would you say that? Are you saying that she's racist? That's racist. You're being racist against her for
They
thinking that it's
flipped
because
it?
she's white. She flipped it. And I was like,
Oh,
how
no.
how am I being racist for telling you that you might be literally costing somebody their life? You don't get to deal with the police when they come. You get to watch from your window. And it's just things like that where it's like, wait, y'all don't get it. You don't understand and you'll never understand. And I never knew that. That's scary to say, but I didn't know that because people were so nice to me. People are always so nice to me because I'm nice.
Yeah.
But people can be nice to you and still vote against you. People can be nice to you and still not really care about you and your well-being and your life because they only care when it's convenient for them. And that was something that I really had to learn because I was the poster child. I was the palatable Black girl.
Wow.
Every time there was a Black student or a person of color, they were like, Shanel. And I
Wow.
go, hi, welcome to SU. Here's the tour of the department.
And,
Da-da-da-da.
like, you
And,
wear it with
and
pride of being the
I
palatable.
do,
It's somebody
which is so
else.
sad.
Well, yeah, I heard somebody else say that, "Oh, I thought that they liked Black people," and realized, oh, wait, they never really liked Black people. When they see the actions, they just liked me. I heard somebody
Hmm.
say that, and you know what? You're not the only one who has said, like, when my white friends complimented me for back in the day for not being like the rest of the Black people. It's like that used to be a compliment. And
Hmm.
now we're like, wait, 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 wait. What?
Hmm.
What?
I wrote that in my college essay. I said, I'm not a typical Black girl. And my teacher said, what does that mean? And I was like, well, I don't know. It just mean, and like I was
Because the
17,
media has
you know?
told us, TV has told us, like, this is good and this is bad. So the more of this you are, that is good. Light, white, palatable,
Hmm.
like all of these things are good. And if we're not that, then it's bad. And now we realize, wait, that's not true.
Nope.
That's not true. And there's good
Yeah.
and bad on both sides.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Absolutely.
So I definitely can speak to the tokenism and even like feeling defensive when there was more than one of them. I was like, but it's me. What are you doing here? I'm supposed to be the one here.
But now it's like, okay, let's.
Hey, yeah, now it's hey. And somebody said, I've been watching so many Zooms of so many smart people talking, and there was a girl who just graduated from maybe Ithaca, maybe somewhere else, that was like, the reason that there's a lot of competition and like hostility between Black performers is that because we are in these white spaces, there's only room for so many,
Ooh,
and they all put you in the same box. So me and you are very different, yet here we are auditioning for the urchins, yet here we are auditioning for the one Black girl in this, the one Black girl in that. And so they
absolutely.
keep saying, oh no, you guys are the same. So we're thinking, okay, well, but I'm thisser than Salisha and I'm thisser than,
Yeah.
and so it's because she said it was because we're just fighting for individuality. We just want to be like, I'm just going to be me. So I don't need to tear you down because I know who I am and I know that we're different and I know that we're both great. But in these spaces, they keep pushing you together and saying, yeah, put all the Black girls into this thing when they don't belong over there. She's a soprano. Why is she singing this alto part?
Hello. Hello. Hello.
She in here.
She's a
And
soprano.
she can hit this note. It's too low.
Shut up. And vice versa. I'll be like, hey, I'm an alto. Please don't make me sing this song.
Yes, yes.
That's
We are all special, and we don't. And I'm learning that it's not a. I thought being a token. I thought being palatable and invited to all the slumber parties and invited to the mixers and the sponsor dinners. All the sponsors come up to you and they shake your hand and they say, oh man, you're so lovely, oh wow. And I was like, yes, yes. And it's it's not a superpower. I thought it was. It's a defense and it's kept me safe, but it's not what I thought it was.
Yeah, I think that is it's just a really interesting time, and I'm really curious as to what things are going to look like when everybody can go back to work, and
Hmm.
it's not just like we're in our computer screens and stuff saying the change. Like, how is it going to be different? Because
Hmm.
I'm hoping for a world where I can really just be myself and not have to count, like, okay, is there another black person around? How do I
Yep.
have to act? Like, let me just be me, please. Let
Hmm.
me just be me. And she's probably still going to be dramatic and crazy, but like, I want to just feel,
Yeah.
that permission and that safety. Um,
Yes.
I just want to say thank you for coming on. I'm so excited. Also, congratulations on your 1 year
Thank you.
debut from the other day.
Thank you so much. It was funny. I did a debut post twice, which is kind of annoying and sad, and
It's
I won't do it again.
fine. It's fine.
It was because the cast made it a big deal. They were like, "Do you realize like you did your Broadway debut and your principal Broadway debut this year?"
That was the principal one was your debut? Oh,
No, the principal one was this October, but my regular Broadway debut was in July. So that's I posted twice.
girl, post all, especially right now. It's like, yes, we are here celebrating each other. Especially for Broadway, please post all the Broadway things, please. Well, thank you so much for coming on, and I just appreciate you and your spirit, and you're so beautiful. Continue embracing everything because that will give other people to embrace themselves too.
Mm. Thank you for, like I said, thank you for providing this platform because I never thought I'd be talking to anybody about passion twists and box braids and 4C. This doesn't come up. This doesn't come up in the circles I run in. So,
Thanks, girl. All right, I love ya. Bye,
love you.
Shanel.